writing anything?
He's a fantastic writer, Carl. I'm sure he is writing something else. This is his first. This is the first thing that he's written. It's kind of ended up on the screen.
How did he get it to you, or do you remember?
It was given to me by an agent, given to me by an agent. You know, I get scripts given to me, and I read it, and I was about to do something else at the time, and I read this, and I thought I shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. This is the stuff I should be doing. And, so I ran to the producer's office at the time. A guy called Greg Shapiro was the main producer at the time. And I met with him and Carl Lund, and tried desperately to get it from them, and they didn't give it to me. At first, took me about another 18 months to kind of rip it away from them, which I did in the end. I mean, I didn't rip it away. I gave it to him, but I begged and crawled. Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Let's go right over there.
Can you tell us the significance of red in the movie?
Yeah. Red is there to protect. Red is there to protect. Red is it's a sort of significantly an evil color, and you know, like if you have a vaccination against a disease, you know, you put a little bit of the disease inside you and the antibodies build up and protect you. So red protects. And I decided, you know, something I learned a long time ago from a very brilliant man called Robert McKee, who you know, is a teacher, a writing teacher, you know, talked about systems of images in films. I hate saying the word films because it doesn't exist anymore, but although I used film here, but you know, people don't shoot film too much these days. But anyway, he talked about systems of images and how you know, people, great writers and people writing books and in films, and so I picked, when I did this, I thought I'm going to take the image red and I'm going to use it as much as I can, and so I used it in many places. I then stumbled upon all kinds of other things, other meanings and significances and clues, you know, ego and all those things. But red is there to protect. That's what red is there for.
You have time for one more. Right over there.
Yeah, well, I asked about the animation. I was really curious about that because, like, how is that all inspired by some stuff in the script, or was that stuff which kind of was added later, or?
It happened later. You know, I'm always looking to build things up, and I'm a big animation fan. And in fact, when I began my journey as a director, you know, of all kinds of things, you know, 20, 30 years ago, whatever it was, I watched animation films, and I always loved the way there was a seamless nature about them, and I never saw that in a lot of the kind of photographic live action things. I never saw quite the same beauty and kind of harmony. So I'm just a massive animation fan, and as I was working, you know, on the editing of the movie, I was thinking about schools and the wonderfulness of schools and all this kind of thing, and what in a school is, you know, the characters in a school, the kind of the inanimate objects in a school that were characters, and I thought of the blackboard, and I thought, I wonder if there's anything that we can do with chalk animation, and then I found an animator who was actually from the BBC and actually went to the same art school as my oldest daughter, who's Betty Kaye, who plays Meredith in you know, and so I got, you know, I started to build ideas. If I was working on a scene, I thought, oh, maybe there could be an idea, we could do this, and do this, and do this, and do this, and then it built from there. So it's kind of the voice of the school, you know, I think. I mean, that's what I tried to do anyway. Yeah, anyone want to go?
What were Erica's test results?
Yeah, well, you have to see part 2. So I hope that wasn't facetious, but it seemed an opportunity for me to... an opportunity.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause.